Ratnakara Dhautapadam Himalaya Kiritini Brahmarajarshi Ratnatyam Vande Bharatamataram. All the Parama Puja Sadhus, my humble pranams, and all my elders in the audience group, I make, please accept my pranams. I don't take much of your time, just I'll narrate one or two stories, that's all. I know the time that I should end my speech, I'm getting right now. At that point of time, I'm coming on the stage. Anyhow, today is a world where we expect proofs for everything. After the first surgical strike that India did on Pakistan, everyone asked proof. Did we really do surgical strike? Then one of our majors, one of our army major, he said, next time when we'll do surgical strike, we'll take you along with us. Then you can directly see what we have done. That's what he said. So next time when we did air strike, again they asked questions. Did we really do air strike? Pakistan accepted that India had done air strikes. India had killed many of Pakistanis, or in fact I can say terrorist groups, but still we kept asking proofs for that. So this is the world. So Ramakrishna Paramahamsa gave many proofs for us. As our previous speaker, Mr. Jayaraman, he spoke to us. He said, Avatara Varishtaya Ramakrishnaya Te Namaya. Swami Vivekananda told. There were two parts of it. One is Avatara, another one is Varishtha, the Shrestha. He was the Shrestha of all avatars. So I had a basic question that was secondary for me. Was Ramakrishna Avatara or not? I had a basic question. Was the Avatara of Ramakrishna was required? Because Sri Krishna says, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanirabhavati bharata abhyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srajamyam paritrana. Everything is fine. But was dharma had glani? So that question was the basic question for me. So once when I was in Belgaum also we have the same house like this in Belgaum, where Swami Vivekananda stayed for 13 days. There when I met a sadhu, a famous sadhu, famous monk of Ramakrishna order. So I was walking with him in the afternoon. So I asked him, Swamiji, have you seen God? This is a regular question, a famous question. So I asked him. So definitely I was not proposing to become Vivekananda, not at all. But I just asked him, Swamiji, have you seen God? You know what was the answer that he gave? He asked me in turn, what is the use by taking my answer? What do you get if I give some answer? So I kept quiet. He said, if I say yes, have seen God, what is the profit that you have? If I say no, what is the loss that you have? So I said, if you have seen God, then I can be trusted that someone has seen God. Point one. And you are leading a life of, you are leading an austere life. You are always you do japa, you do meditation, and always you lead such a great life. Then I can at least try to lead life like you, and I can find God. That was my first imprint. And then I said, if you have not seen God, then I don't want to waste my time. I want to do something else rather than this. Then he immediately asked me, was Ramakrishna not enough for you? He has proclaimed that he has seen God, and many have seen God through Ramakrishna. Was that not enough? So then I understood, if Ramakrishna was not there, if Ramakrishna was not born, for 1,000 years that we went, that we saw invasions of Islam, the invasions of Christianity, due to which we had intermixture of cultures, due to which we had religious beliefs dying in India. So then we were definitely in need of a great avatara which can uphold the Hindu religion again. So we were badly in need of a great avatara like Ramakrishna. That was truly badly needed. So when the invasion of Islam went for 1,000 years, the invasion of Christianity went for 400 years, that too both were centered in Bengal. God has to take avatara in Bengal itself. Muslims came and they centered the total, what all they plundered, they made the center as Bengal. Even Christianity, through these Britishers they came, they defeated Sirajud-Dawla and they established their reign in Bengal. Similarly, Ramakrishna, the God himself, he also chose Bengal, and he said, I will correct all the mistakes, don't worry. Because of these invasions, what had happened, that was might be Islam or Christianity, because of these invasions, we had two kind of mindset at that time. One was blindly accept, or second, blindly reject. Two kind of mindset even now we have. Either you accept blindly or you blindly reject. Those who accept blindly, they are such a people, whatever they see, someone come and say, you worship this tree, you will get this thing, and they will start worshipping it. You do, this house is not according to Vastu, and they will demolish the house and they will rebuild it, they will do it accordingly. So this is what they do. And there are some people who blindly reject it, who say, we want to be modernized, we want to be westernized, in fact. So they always think in a different kind of thing. So in Malavakagni Mitra, Kalidasa says, Puranamityeva nasadu sarvam nachapi kavyam navamityavadyam santah parikshan yatarad bhajante mood of parapratyayinaya buddhi. Kalidasa says, wise men, they test and trust, and moodha, the fools, what they do is, they just read and they just follow, that's all. So these two kind of mindset, they were there, and then Ramakrishna came. Ramakrishna tested, and then he made us to trust. If there was no Ramakrishna, so after these 1,000 years, no one was there to test and make us to trust. So that's why I say Ramakrishna's avatara was required, and that was need of the hour. Was he avatara? I just quote some two examples. Many examples were quoted today, but I quote some two examples. To Ramakrishna, many devotees used to come. Some Vaishnavas, they regularly used to visit Ramakrishna. One day they called Ramakrishna to their function. Ramakrishna went there. The type of the function was, they used to do bhajan. Before doing bhajan, they had a chair in between. They used to invoke Gauranga there. And they feel Gauranga came there, and then they start bhajan. When they started invoking Gauranga, Ramakrishna straightly went and sat on that chair. He gave the proof, I am Gauranga, I am Bhagavan himself. So everyone was quiet. Many of the Vaishnavas, they had faith in Ramakrishna, and they believed Ramakrishna is Gauranga, they kept quiet. And some were annoyed. I said, on the Gauranga's chair, how can somebody can go and sit? This is not possible, this is not right. But no one had the courage to fight back, because there was Hridaya always. Hridaya was, Ramakrishna protected all of us, but Hridaya protected Ramakrishna himself. So he was there, when Hridaya was there, nobody had the courage to oppose it. But one man stood up. He was Saint Bhagavan Das. He stood up and said, this is not right. I cannot accept him as Gauranga. How can he sit there? So he spoke ill about Ramakrishna, and that day ended, but everything went smooth. After a few days, Ramakrishna called Mathura, and Master told him, I want to visit Bhagavan Das now. He said, what happened to you? Few days back, he spoke ill about you, and you want to visit him now? He said, no, I want to visit. That's all. When Gurudeva says, it has to happen, that's all. So he hired some boat, and they went to Bhagavan Das. And Ramakrishna gave proof in such a way, he did not directly go to Bhagavan Das. He sent Hridaya first. Go and see Bhagavan Das, whether he is ready to accept me or not. Hridaya went, and Hridaya came running. Behind him, Bhagavan Das was chasing him, and he was coming there. And then he just fell on Ramakrishna's feet, and he was crying. Bhagavan Das was crying, and he said, I accept you as my God. You are really my God. You are real Avatara. Bhagavan Das was crying. Then he said, I often go to Samadhi, and once when I went to Samadhi, I just saw you and only you. Then I understood, you are the real God, and you are the God whom I was searching for. This was one proof Ramakrishna gave. And then another proof, the major proof, I have lot of such proofs. Gauri Ma says, Gopalir Ma says, they're all other kind of proof. I have another proof here, where Bhairavi Brahmani, who came to Ramakrishna to teach him as Guru. Bhairavi Brahmani, when comes, Ramakrishna asks Bhairavi Brahmani, Ramakrishna sees mother in Bhairavi Brahmani, and he asks, Mother, everyone says I am mad. I am mad behind God. Am I really mad? The son asks Bhairavi Brahmani. She says, no, my son. In fact, everyone is mad in the world. Some are mad of money, some are mad behind creature happiness, and some are mad of name and fame, and you are mad of God. So everyone is mad and you are mad like that. So don't worry. So never worry of it. But she observed Ramakrishna closely. Actually, she was Guru of Ramakrishna, but she observed Ramakrishna closely, and then she says, the way, the Bhava Samadhi that he gets, it is not ordinary Samadhi. He is true Avatara. It's a very rare kind of example in the world where Guru himself says, my Shishya is Avatara. The Ramakrishna is Avatara is fine. But Ramakrishna is Shrestha Avatara because Guru gave the certificate. And that certificate was not ordinary certificate. She immediately called Mathura. She called Mathura and said, I want to discuss with all the Pandits here. You call any Pandits here, I want to debate with them and I will prove my Shishya is Avatara. This was never happened in history. So he called Vaishnava Charan Das. Vaishnava Charan Das came with his disciples, his all friends and everything. So Vaishnava Charan Das sat in front of him, in front of Gurudev Ramakrishna, and Bhairavi Brahmani was there. She was putting the case for his son like Ramakrishna or Shishya. So when the debate started, Vaishnava Charana started asking some question, Ramakrishna was giving answer, and sometimes Ramakrishna would say, I get feeling like this. So sometimes it happens like me. So then Vaishnava Charana says, yeah, this is there in scripture. This is the same thing as that in scripture. So Bhairavi Brahmani also gives some examples like that. And then Vaishnava Charana proclaimed, yes, I accept this man is Avatara. Pandits of Bengal, they accepted Ramakrishna as Avatara. What the proof else you have? You need, actually we don't need any other proof because Pandits accepted that Ramakrishna was Avatara. And how is Shrestha? One point is, Guru himself, Guru herself, she said, he is Avatara. That is the great thing. And second, Ramakrishna was, no one saw Ramakrishna reading scriptures. As Swamiji told just right now, no one saw Ramakrishna reading scriptures, and now you just go back to your homes and then you just turn out Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna and read, and every sentence you find the Adhara of scripture for that. Every sentence you find the Adhara of the scriptures. Whatever Ramakrishna told and whatever Ramakrishna lived, they were according to scriptures. So that's why I say Ramakrishna never read scriptures. In fact, scriptures followed Ramakrishna. That was the greatness of Ramakrishna. That's why I say Ramakrishna was Varishta of all. We see Rama reading or Rama following his guru. We see Krishna following his guru. But Ramakrishna never did that. Ramakrishna, in fact, if somebody takes a book and starts reading it, Ramakrishna would say, don't read. By reading, your love of God will diminish. This was the words of Ramakrishna. If you read more, if you keep on reading more, your love of God will diminish. Swami Ramakrishna used to say, after hearing to this, I stopped reading for next 14 years. I never read anything. Ramakrishna. Then he says, in South India, they believe only those who read much. So when I came to Tamil Nadu, then I started reading again. So that's how Ramakrishna did. Ramakrishna never read. Ramakrishna never, no one saw him reading scriptures, but scriptures followed Ramakrishna. This is one thing that I always find in Ramakrishna. And then Ramakrishna, as we say, so Sir was telling, Ramakrishna was there to prove all the avatars, whatever had happened. Ramakrishna proved a Shruti Vakya where we say, Dve Vidya Veditavye Paracha Aparacha. There are two vidyas. One is para, another one is apara. Apara vidya is a mundane vidya, and para vidya is the Shrestha vidya. It is not even Upanishad, not even Veda. You learn all the Vedas, all four Vedas, you know all the Vedantas, and still, if you have if you have not realized it, then it is not para vidya, it is still apara vidya. But Ramakrishna, he has never learnt any Vedas, but he realized. So Ramakrishna says, I want pure mind. Through pure mind, I want to understand the Bhagavan himself. So when he understood Bhagavan, he distributed his understandings in such a way that thousands of people, they came to him, they took from Ramakrishna, and even today we are taking from Ramakrishna, we are learning from Ramakrishna, we are listening to Ramakrishna, we try to follow the path traversed by Ramakrishna. So this is how Ramakrishna I see his avatara and Shrestha too. There are many such points that I wanted to discuss with you, but still, my dear friends, it's too much of time today. It's already 8:25. I don't want to take much of time, but still, one thing is true. We are all lucky people. I always say we are all in a special university called Holy Trayo University, Divya Traya University. And the entrance exam of this university is taken by Swami Vivekananda. Many people like me, we just saw Vivekananda's photo and then entered into Ramakrishna mission. Otherwise, we would not have come to Ramakrishna Ashrama. We just saw the photo. So when I first time I entered Ramakrishna Vidyarthi Mandiram, I'm an old student of Ramakrishna Vidyarthi Mandiram. When I entered first time, I was laughing at the sadhus. I was thinking, Vivekananda is much popular than Ramakrishna. And these people, they keep Ramakrishna in center and Vivekananda at a corner. So when I used to sit in the prayer hall, I used to turn to Vivekananda and do my prayers. After 6 months or 8 months, I was reading a sentence from Vivekananda where he says, my Guru is such a great Guru, he can produce thousands of Vivekananda with a particle of dust. He's such a great Guru. Vivekananda says it. So then I started reading Ramakrishna, then I understood, so we are really lucky. That's why I say, entrance exam will be taken by Vivekananda. When we enter, teachings or our best teacher is Ramakrishna himself. Prescribed textbook for us is Vachana Veda or Gospel of Ramakrishna. That is the prescribed textbook, and Ramakrishna is the teacher. And you know who is the evaluator after we write the exam? Who evaluates us? That is none other than Ma Sharada. When I said this, when I said this in a function, a devotee came to me and whispered, and she is such a evaluator, no one fails in her hand. She clears everyone. So he was happy and he was saying, I am passed. My life is done. So I don't have to worry now. So that's why I think we are all lucky. In Chennai, there might be crores of people, but very few, only few can come to Ramakrishna Ashrama, only few can take the grace of all the holy trios. So we are all lucky. So let's pass on this, what we have the luck. So let's pass on this to our future generation, so that let they be passed through this Holy Trayo University. That's all I have to say from here. Thank you very much for patient listening, and thanks a lot for calling me here and giving me an opportunity to present my humble pranams to Ramakrishna, Gurudeva Ramakrishna. Thanks one and all. Vande Mataram. Jai Hind.